Hello students, welcome to class 10th session of English. I hope all of you remember that in the previous session we started with the chapter 10 of your textbook First Flight Sermon at Banaras. In that previous video, the reading and the explanation of the chapter was done, and hopefully all of you have read the chapter through your NCERT textbook. So today in this session, basically I am going to give you the little bit intro of the chapter, and the summary of the chapter will be taken just for the recapitulation, and after that we are going to start with the discussion of the question answers related to the same chapter. So here we are going to talk about the intro of the chapter, the sermon at Banaras. As we started with the chapter, I asked you the meaning of the term sermon, and many of you have given the correct answer of that term. Basically, if we talk about the term sermon, can be taken in two ways. One is the formal one and the another one is as the informal one. In a formal one, if we talk about when we are taking it as spiritual talk or any talk related to religion. And in informal way, if we talk about, so that can be taken, that is already given in the intro of your chapter in your NCERT textbook only before the beginning of the chapter, that sometimes the students and the children, if the parents and the teachers are telling them something, they used to take it as a lecture. So that also can be the meaning in the informal way. Clear? So I hope all of you are clear with the term sermon here. So basically in this chapter, the term sermon we are going to take in the formal way. Banaras, if we talk about, I hope all of you might have heard the name of the city. This is one of the famous and the holy city according to Hindus in UP. This chapter, if we talk about the sermon at Banaras, it throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family. And I hope this story you people have already gone through in your childhood, in your previous or junior classes, or you might have heard it from someone. On being exposed to the sufferings of the world which he was earlier shielded from, he left his princehood and went in search of salvation. So here in this chapter we will see that how he was kept shielded, means he was always kept protected from all the kinds of sufferings that we are facing in the world. But anyhow he got the chance when he went out for hunting. We will come across this thing. We have already got to know about this thing in the reading of the chapter. When he went for hunting, so how he got the chance to being exposed to all such kind of sufferings of the world, because up till now he was not at all aware that these kinds of sufferings are prevailing in the world. So after coming in interaction with all these, what he did, he left his princehood and went in search of salvation, the enlightenment and the peace and the knowledge, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. Although he belongs to royal family and he was a prince, then also he left each and everything. Upon attaining spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal and a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and sufferings. So here, after wandering for around 7 years, he sat under the tree, one of the tree there in Banaras city, where he got the knowledge, attained the spiritual awakening. And this was the place where he gave the first sermon in the city of Banaras. And the story given in your chapter is related to the lady Kisa Gautami. In his sermon, Gautam made her realize that men are mortal. Mortal means that will die one day. And a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen. So he tried to convince her that we all are mortal. If we have taken the birth on this earth, definitely we have to die. All the living beings, if we talk about, are going to die one day. Even if we talk about the earthen pot made by the potter, that is also sure to break one day. So if a person is wise, if you have knowledge, if you have attained the spiritual awakening or the knowledge, then it is useless to grieve at such kind of thing, because if something is going to happen for sure, then there is no need to get attached with that, because what will the result of that? Only it is going to increase your pain and suffering. Clear? So that was the intro of the chapter. Now I am moving towards the recapitulation of the chapter through the summary. So in the chapter it is given that Gautam Buddha was born to a North Indian royal family as a prince, and he was named Siddhartha Gautam. Please make sure that you people have marked it in your textbook also. When he was 12 years old, he was sent to a faraway place to study Hindu sacred scriptures, and upon returning 4 years later, he got married to a princess. So here in this chapter, the writer has given the initial life of Gautam Buddha. Gautam, basically the name was Siddhartha. Soon they both had a son, and they continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. So Gautam Buddha and his wife both were living happily along with their son. The royals were shielded from all the unpleasant experiences of the world, until one day, on his way to hunt, the prince met a sick man, an aged man, a funeral procession, and a monk begging for alms. So here both were shielded, and means these people were shielded or protected from all such kind of unpleasant experiences of the world, and they were not at all aware that what kind of sufferings are there in the whole world, because they belong to royal family, so they never got a chance to get encountered with such kind of things. But one day he got the chance when he was on his way to hunt. So whom he met there? Please mark it. The prince met a sick man. He never saw ever such a sick man earlier in his life. An aged man. He was not aware that this is also the part of the human development. Then he saw a funeral procession, as if he was not aware that anything like this death can happen, and a monk begging for alms. The monk who was begging for money or some food. So these four people he met on his way to hunt. These experiences, if we talk about, acted as an eye-openers for him, and thus he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. So although he belongs to all such kind of thing, and he was kept away from all the sufferings in his life, but when he got the chance to encounter with such things, what he did, he decided to leave each and everything, the royalty of his life, the royal lifestyle, and he moved to seek a higher sense of spiritual knowledge. Upon attaining salvation, he began preaching. When he got that knowledge, it took time, and for around 7 years he was wandering here and there. Then he sat under one tree. And what is the name of that tree? The name is given as Bodh tree. So when he sat there, so after 7 days he attained the salvation, the knowledge was there, and then he started preaching. the people. He started giving the knowledge to the other people, telling them the reality of life. He gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras. So that's why the name of the chapter has been taken from here. So within this chapter, another story has been given, and this story is related to the lady named Kisa Gautami. There was a lady named Kisa Gautami whose son had died. Suffering with unending pain, she went from house to house looking for a medicine to bring her son back to life. Although we know that is an impossible sort of thing, but she was that much attached with her son that she was not able to realize that what had happened, and whatever has happened is the reality of life. She was not ready to accept the truth. So what she was doing, she was moving around here and there, moving from one house to another and asking for the medicine or some magic or whatever could be done to bring life to her son. People started thinking that the lady had lost her senses. The people started doing the gossip related to her, that might be she has got the shock because of the death of her son. One day she met a man who directed her towards Lord Buddha. Once she met a person who told her that only the one Lord Buddha, that is the Gautam Buddha, is the only one who could possibly have a solution for your problem. Then she was very happy and she went to Lord Buddha. Buddha asked her to look for mustard. Means when she reached there, Lord Buddha didn't say anything. He said, okay, but you have to do one thing for me. And what was that? Lord Buddha asked her that simply you have to bring mustard seeds for me. And when the lady, that Kisa Gautami, heard this, she was very happy. She thought it's very simple to bring the handful of mustard seeds and it will be easier, and if she will be able to bring, definitely her son will be back to life. But Lord Buddha added something with that. He said, the seeds, the mustard seed that I have asked you to bring, that you are going to bring, must be procured from a house that had seen no death. So this was the twist in that. He mentioned that you have to bring the mustard seed, the very easy task, but from where you have to bring it? From the house you have to collect where nobody had seen death. And this is the typical one. So Kisa Gautami reinstated with hope. Once again she went on a search from house to house, but to her dismay, she was not able to find even a single house like that which Gautam Buddha mentioned. She could not find mustard seeds from a house that would fulfill Buddha's condition. Everybody was able to give the mustard seeds, but whenever she asked that any death took place here, so no house was there which was able to meet the condition given by Gautam Buddha. Disheartened, she sat at the edge of the road, thus realizing how selfish she had been. So when she saw the flickering stars and lights here, she realized that all the things are mortal, and she was very much selfish because she was that much attached with that mortal things. She became conscious to the fact that men were mortal and no one could escape the cycle of life. If we have taken the birth, so definitely we have to die. And she was able to realize this thing. This was exactly what Buddha wanted her to understand. And Gautam Buddha was very well aware, if he is going to tell her the truth, she is not going to agree, she is not going to accept that. So he used the trick and asked her to collect the mustard seeds from the house where no dad has ever taken. But now when she went herself and asking for this kind of thing, one house to another house, she realized that thing, whatever Lord Buddha wanted her to understand. According to Lord Buddha, it is given in the chapter, feelings of grief and sorrow only increases man's pain and suffering and thus deteriorating his health. So Lord Buddha said, if as a person you are going to be unhappy, nothing will happen, only your suffering and pain will increase. And deteriorating here means it's going to create more problem, it's going to create more worse your problem, the health will be affected. And therefore a wise person fully aware about nature's functioning must not grieve at something bound to happen. So if you are a wise one, if you have attained the knowledge, then you have to accept the reality of the life, that whatever is bound to happen, definitely that will happen. So it is useless to cry over that, because it is going to lead to your more pain and sufferings in your life. And only then a person can be happy and blessed if he is not going to be attached with all such kind of things. So this was the lesson of the chapter, the sermon at Banaras, and I hope all of you have already done the reading of this. Now we are going to start with the discussion of the question answers. Now all of you open up page number 135 of your textbook, thinking about the text. We'll do the discussion of these question answers. The notes will be shared with you people. What you have to do, you have to write it down properly in your notebook. Clear? Okay. So the first one, when her son dies, Kisa Gautami goes from house to house. What does she ask for? Does she get it? Why not? What all of you have to do right now, when I am taking the session, you people have to find out the answer from your textbook. And yes, if you have read the chapter, definitely you are going to get it, and many of you must be knowing the answer too. So here what will be the answer? When her son dies, Kisa Gautami goes from house to house. Why she was going? She was asking for the medicine, because she want to bring back life to her son. Does she get it? The answer is no. Why not? We know the reason, because man is mortal and has taken birth on this earth, in this world. Definitely he or she has to die one day. So that cannot be there for eternity. Clear? So hopefully you people have marked the answer in your textbook. Next one, if we talk about, Kisa Gautami again goes from house to house after she speaks with the Buddha. Now this is the second time why she was moving from one house to another house after her talk with Gautam Buddha. Now what she was asking for, what does she ask for the second time around? Does she get it? Why not? So again, what you people have to do, you have to find out the answer from the textbook only. Quickly turn your pages and underline it, that after her talk with Gautam Buddha, what does she ask for? This was the, yes, exactly, the handful of mustard seeds. Okay, but you have to remember that what was the condition added by Gautam Buddha with that mustard seeds. So hopefully you people have marked. Does she get it? Obviously not. She was not able to get it, although she was moving from one house to another. and asking for the mustard seed and the condition that from where she has to procure the mustard seed where never that have taken. Why not? You have to mention that. Okay. Now the third one, what does Kisa Gautami understand the second time that she failed to understand the first time? So here you have to talk about the contrast between the two. What was the condition when she was moving first time from one place to another place, and what was the difference in the second time, and what was that she realized in the second time that she failed to understand at the first time? Was this what the Buddha wanted her to understand? Again, what you have to do, you just have to turn the pages, you have to mark the answer within your textbook. Is it clear? Now the next one, why do you think Kisa Gautami understood this only the second time? In what way did the Buddha change her understanding? So what was the reason behind it? Because in the beginning she was attached with the sun. She was not able to realize or accept the truth of the life, that man is mortal. And why she was able to understood this in the second time? Because we know that Gautam Buddha asked her to bring the mustard seeds only from the house where never death has taken. So this was done by Lord Buddha just to make her realize that we all are mortal one. We all have to die one day. So there is foolishness if we are keeping any kind of attachment with the life, if we are sorrow, if we are showing any grief over that, so it is going to increase our sufferings only. It is not going to do any good to us. Clear? Now the next fifth one, how do you usually understand the idea of selfishness? Do you agree with Kisa Gautami that she was being selfish in her grief? So here we have to write down the answer. Means what according to you people is the meaning of selfishness? When you are talking about yourself, you are not able to understand the reality of life. So here in this story, do you agree that Kisa Gautami, she was also being selfish in her grief? So we can say yes, because she was not bothered that how the people are dying in other families, but she want that her son must get life back. But when she realized the truth of the life, or the reality of the world, or the reality of the life, she was able to understand that the enlightenment or the knowledge she got, that if she is going to continue with such kind of thing, only the grievings and her sufferings will increase and nothing else. Now few short extra questions I have taken here. The first one, why did Prince Siddhartha leave the palace and became a beggar? So after reading the story, you might have got the idea about that once Prince Siddhartha, while went for hunting, saw these four kind of people, and these were a sick man, an aged man, after that he saw a funeral procession, and finally a monk who was begging for alms. After looking at all these things, he left the palace and became a beggar to search for enlightenment. Please mark the answer within your textbook only. Clear? And again I am repeating it. If you are able to use the NCERT language in your answers, then definitely it is going to give you the advantage over your marks. Because in your board examination, if you are using the NCERT language, please make it as a habit. Whenever you are writing answer, try to get the same language from your NCERT. and this is for all the subject. Even in literature, if we talk about, the same thing can be done. Next one, what do you know about early life of Buddha? So that is also given in the beginning of the chapter in the initial lines. So there you have to mention it, mark it there. Gautam Buddha, if we talk about, was born in a royal family. His childhood name was Siddhartha. At the age of 12, he was sent away for schooling in Hindu sacred scriptures to get the knowledge of scriptures of Hinduism. And 4 years later, he came back and got married to a princess. And after that, they had son, and for around 10 years, they were living happily at their palace. The next one, where did Buddha preach his first sermon? So the answer is, so here we can see the answer will be Gautam Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Banaras, which is regarded as the holiest of the bathing places on the river Ganga. That is also given within your chapter, so hopefully you people have marked it. Next one I am taking, how did Kisa Gautami realize that life and death is a process? Because we know in the beginning she was not able to realize this thing, and how she came to know about that? So the answer will be, Kisa Gautami went from house to house but was unable to find one house where nobody had died ever. She was tired and hopeless at the end, and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. She realized that similar to the city lights, human lives also flicker up for some time and are extinguished again. So this was the time when she realized that we all human beings are also mortal. For some period of time we are present on this earth, and after that we all have to move. And this realization brought knowledge in her, and she was ready to accept the reality of life and death. The next one is given, what was the effect of sufferings of the world on Buddha? So here also this is given within your chapter, that in the initial stages, initial year, he was kept shielded from all such kind of sufferings, but at the age of 25, while he went for hunting one day, he saw a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. This was the time when he was moved so much that he went out into the world to seek enlightenment. I hope these question and answers are clear to all of you. Few RTC will be shared with you people in notes. You have to note it down in your notebook and need to learn all these question answers and do the reading of the chapter thoroughly from your NCERT textbook. Thank you everyone.